All right, Ilhan Omar, once again making her Contempt for America center stage. She does not want to condemn the Armenian genocide. She's not going to condemn genocide? So the House of Representatives, they finally decided to put forth an official resolution to condemn the Armenian genocide. And rather than forcefully condemning the killing of over 1 million people by the Ottoman Empire, by the Turks from 1915 to 1923, Ilhan Omar voted present. What a coward. Got a little history lesson for you. Little history if you can handle it. Sometimes called the first genocide of the 20th century, the Armenian genocide refers to the physical annihilation of Armenian Christian people living in the Ottoman Empire from spring 1915 through autumn 1916. There were approximately 1.5 million Armenians living in the multi-ethnic Ottoman Empire in 1915, and at least 664,000 and possibly as many as 1.2 million died during the genocide, either in massacres and individual killings, or from systematic ill treatment, exposure, and starvation. And Ottoman authorities, supported by auxiliary troops and at times by civilians, perpetrated most of the persecution and mass killing. The Ottoman government, controlled by the Committee of Union and Progress, also known as CUP, also called the Young Turks, aimed to solidify Muslim Turkish dominance in the regions of Central and Eastern Anatolia by eliminating the sizable Armenian presence there. Yikes! Yikes, sounds pretty bad if you ask me. Sounds pretty bad if you ask me. So why wouldn't Ilhan choose to condemn this atrocious act? Well, she says, I believe accountability for human rights violations, especially ethnic cleansing and genocide, is paramount. But accountability and recognition of genocide should not be used as a cudgel in a political fight. It should be done based on academic consensus outside the push and pull of geopolitics. A true acknowledgement of historical crimes against humanity must include both the heinous genocides of the 20th century, along with earlier mass slaughters like the transatlantic slave trade and Native American genocide, which took the lives of hundreds of millions of indigenous people in the country. Wow, okay. Well, first of all, this resolution is decades in the making. Yes, it's on the floor now because the Democrats want to spite Turkey, because they're all pissed off about the fact that Donald Trump pulled out of Syria. But the reason why almost every person in Congress voted for it is because it's the right thing to do. Condemning genocide. How radical. How insane. Sure, the timing is probably political, but the content of it is not. And secondly, Ilhan is here implying that there's not an academic consensus around the genocide of the Armenians. Wrong. The term genocide was actually coined as a result of the mass murder of the Armenian people. And Turkey, of course, they dispute it. Oh, shocking. Turkey disputes it. They've always disputed it. But that hardly means that there is not an academic consensus that their predecessors, the Ottomans, did not commit a genocide. And then lastly, her reasoning that unless we condemn all human rights violations, we shouldn't condemn any is weak sauce. If that's the way Ilhan Omar truly feels, then why don't you introduce a resolution to condemn all crime that ever occurred? We in Congress don't like anything bad ever. Why not do that? Because it's ridiculous. So why would she vote present? Coward. Because voting present is a cowardly act. You're not in Congress to sit there and be present. Oh, I'm present, I'm just not doing anything. No, your job is to vote. So why didn't she join every other Democrat and vote to recognize the Armenian genocide? One of Erdogan's biggest allies contributed, interesting, to Ilhan Omar's campaign. Oh, could that be playing a role? Could that be part of the issue? Pro-Turkey organization based in the United States donated $1,500 to her re-election campaign a month ago. So this organization is reportedly run by Erdogan's cousin. So I don't know, could that be why she didn't vote on this resolution? Perhaps. Another reason why she may have voted present is because Omar's primary goal is to bring America down a peg. Can't say someone else did something heinous without reminding people of our own history. Why is this woman in Congress? She clearly does not care about making people's lives better. Otherwise, she wouldn't be supporting such stupid policies and advocating for legislation that will surely bring about financial collapse, like the Green New Deal. So I think she's doing it because, one, the money ain't bad for her, right? And two, because she gets a national platform to spew her hatred of this country. So maybe her present vote, maybe that was a combination. Maybe it was a thank you to Turkey for your donation, and then another way to crap on this country. Because every chance she gets, she does her best to minimize the evils of others. Oh, some people did something. Oh, Al-Qaeda, Al-Qaeda. Oh, he says it with such a, why does he say Al-Qaeda that way? She's painting America as fundamentally a flawed nation. And you know what, Ilhan? You're lucky to be here. If it was not for America, you would be living a poor, miserable life in Somalia. And yet here you are, living the American dream, and then rather than being grateful for all of this beautiful country has given you, you spit down from your congressional pedestal.